Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BF44 coming at you with another video. Sitting down for dinner after a nice long week. Very happy that I accomplished my goal of just having another week at the workplace. Getting through it, getting through all my shifts. Um, so, I want to get into what I want to get into, man. Thinking about this ape thing, man. We're being manipulated. The stock market, it's a sham. But at the same time, it's like, man, I'm holding my shares regardless. I don't care anymore. They turned me into a monster. On January 28th, an ape was born. What I want to talk about is the bullcrap stocks that are being pumped around the meme stocks, the real ones. The stuff that they've been doing since January 28th. From a layman's perspective, from somebody who's just not smart about this kind of stuff. I think it's going to be interesting to see my point of view from it, because I really don't know a whole lot. I know what I know. I've been paying attention to stocks, but reading charts and stuff like that, I've learned more about that in the last 3 months than I had in the last 3 years of doing this. But the one thing that I can honestly say is the manipulation in the stock market is so obvious. It's just so obvious, bro. I'm sitting here watching this stock move sideways for weeks at a time. But I'm also watching everybody online raving about how they're adding to their positions. And guilt tripping the hell out of everyone around them about even considering selling or pouring their money into anything else. That level of obsession and dedication you only see in sports, religion, cults. I know that energy when I see it. I know how relentless that is. And you couple that with the prospect of making generational wealth happen for yourself, and you think people are going to sell their shares, their opportunity, you selling lottery tickets before we know the numbers? Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's just be honest here. Manipulation tactics that have been taking place do not reflect the hype surrounding these stocks. Not at all. It's a joke. And what else is taking place is stocks are being and coins are being pumped. Prices are being deliberately raised. Money is being pumped into these stocks, to be exact, for the sole purpose of trying to pull our attention away from the stocks that we own, so that the squeeze does not occur, so that they can get off the hook, so that they can be relieved of what it is that their responsibilities are to paying for these shares at whatever price we hold to them to, due to their shorting. Time is ticking. Interest rates are going up for every single day that they continue to short these stocks. More people are continuing to add to their position because they continue to keep those stocks low, thinking we're going to sell when we're actually just, as I said, adding to them. And then from there, they insult our intelligence by pumping up stocks like Wendy's, pumping up crap like Silver, and today's garbage Clove, for which I call garbage solely for the understanding that they're pumping them at this time. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't invest in these stocks or that they're bad stocks or that I even know anything about this stuff. Silver is not a stock, obviously it's silver, literally silver. But what I'm saying is, for the moment, the powers that be, whomever they are pouring money into these stocks for the sole purpose of trying to get us to sell our shares and put our money into those stocks. They know we will sell our shares to do so because they know who they're dealing with. People who don't have a lot. People who don't have a whole lot of buying power. Who are pouring everything they have in some cases, a lot of cases, into these meme stocks. They manipulate the media, financial media. They control that. They have all of their money wrapped up in making sure they control that. And they put bad reviews out every day on these meme stocks. Even when the stocks are doing good, they're putting out bad reviews. The manipulation is overwhelming. Synthetic shares are being used. Yes, synthetic, fake shares are being sold and traded. Naked shorting is taking place. Yes, it's actually happening. What does that mean? People are shorting shares with money that they don't have. They're shorting shares on credit. They're shorting companies on credit. They don't even have the money to represent what it is that they're betting. It's not there. You ever see the TV show with the guy who has the duffel bag and it's like a couple real, dollars on top, but at the bottom it's like paper, regular paper? Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're bringing a bunch of duffel bags with fake paper in it. Yep. And they're trying to drive companies into the ground with the fake paper. It's incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. And I look around and I see poverty. I look around and see people struggling. I look around and see people who don't have enough to take care of themselves. I look around and see people working jobs forever just to get laid off because of lack of funding. Then I look at these idiots and I see the lack of funding. The process of the funding being gone starts there with things like naked shorting and stock manipulation. So yeah, how deep does this go? How deep does money go? All I'm saying is this. We found a key to Daddy's safe. And he ain't figured out how to stop us from getting in it. He's using the same old tricks of trying to get us to sell our shares to get away from his safe. But it ain't safe. It's in danger. Every coin he has is in danger. And it's not because we don't understand how necessary what it is that he does is, because we understand that shorting stocks is actually a functionality of the stock market itself. We know that. That's understood. Though they think we don't understand that, we do. I understand that. The problem is when the vacuum starts sucking up everything in the house. So you want to just clean up the house, right? But what if the vacuum starts eating away at your carpet? It gets the tail of your dog and won't let it off. Won't let it go. Like, that's what it's doing. That's what this is happening here. It's gotten out of control. It's shorting stuff it shouldn't short. It's getting rid of companies that aren't bad. It's using fake shares to do so. Money that's not even represented. It's just going around destroying shit with money it doesn't have. Driving people into bankruptcy. Driving good companies in bankruptcy. Sending people into unemployment. Onto the streets in some cases, possibly. Or worse. Illegally. This is why poverty is so prevalent. Because the money's being screwed with on high. We're just seeing how it's working. We're seeing it in real time. All the tactics that they've used to control where the money goes and where it doesn't, we're seeing it. All the ways that they've manipulated people into selling their shares and their stocks and their property at prices that were no good for themselves, but great for those who were shorting stocks. And the average person doesn't know this because you're not in the stock market. They don't want you in the stock market to see this shit. They don't want you to get close to it. What has happened is we've gotten devices and now everybody's in here. people that they tried to keep out, that they knew was smart enough to see what they were doing, are in here. That's what's happened. That's why they wanted to keep it elite, because they knew the elite wasn't going to stop it because they were eating off of it. But if the poor got in, you got some of these little genius poor people, these desperate people who know and see and struggle and figure shit out because they have resilience. Those people, they're in now. They see what you're doing. They're laughing at it because they see tougher schemes in the fucking video games they play. It's the truth. They've passed your level. Your level is level 5. They were on level 36 in whatever game they were playing. Like, this is easy. Your playbook is old. That's the reality of it. That's why motherfuckers got to your money, because you didn't switch up. You didn't adapt to the internet age. You didn't adapt to the times. You underestimated your opponent. You thought they were going to stay as stupid as you did. Didn't happen. Now you must part with your money. A fool and his money part ways. Ain't that what the old parable says? Ain't that what they say? A fool and his money soon part ways. You used to be smart, but you didn't change up. And overnight, you became the fool. The people evolved around you. Why? Because you forced them to. Through struggle. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? When you force people to struggle, yes, a lot of them suffer, but most of them survive. And when they do, they get better. They get stronger, they get smarter, because they have to. They must adapt. They will. And in doing so, if they ever come face to face with you, that from which they've adapted to can kill you, because you're weak. You've been indulging, you're fat, you're comfortable. You're sitting back running the same plays on the same people. But those people, they died out. Their kids are alive, and they've been watching this whole situation. They're like, nah, I'm not that kind of stupid. They were, we're not. That's what's happening to you. I'm telling you what's happening to you. I'm old enough to know you, but smart enough to trust them. If that makes any sense. I know they're the future. I can see your playbook is outplayed. It's been mastered already. I see that. You're the last one to know it. They're going to get your money. This is going to happen. You can't stop this. Even if you turn off all the lights, the shares, they're here. When the lights turn back on, we'll just resume this process. You can't force us to sell. We are like-minded, strong-minded, and nothing's going to change that. If we all die, we still hold our shares. There's no out. The only way out of this is if you turn the game off. You stop the stock market entirely. You stop trading. And you're not going to do that, because you don't know how to function without it. We do. We do. Why? Because most of us lived without it the whole time. We never had it. You're sitting there laughing at us because we're pouring all our money into one stock. We don't have a lot of money to begin with. These positions aren't large. These are average positions. We just don't have a lot of money. Don't tell me nothing about risk. I'm used to being broke. I ain't never had shit. Why the fuck am I worried about taking a risk? You kidding me? You never had shit. You don't understand desperation. You've always had. You've never looked. You've never not found in looking and seeking, and that feeling, that hunger in your belly not being satisfied. I don't know that shit. You're weak. See, that's the problem. When you put people through shit, you make them stronger, fam. That's the problem. With being devious and venomous and evil toward people. You put them through your shit. You make them stronger. And then when they face you again, not only are they stronger, but they can see through you. And your bullshit. Because they've seen it before. It defeated them, and they learned from it. You weren't defeated, so you couldn't learn from that. Gotta keep eating. Gotta nourish myself. Just like y'all continue to nourish yourself off of our flesh, off of our blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not just talking about black people this time, no sir. I'm talking about everybody who's ever had to work and not get what they were supposed to get. That's everybody. We're all affected by this. That's why we can all get along in this regard. From the most racist of the racist to the most inclusive to the most inclusive of the inclusive. Everybody's been screwed in this regard. We've all been fucked over in regards to our money. All of us aren't doing as good as we should be because our value hasn't been realized by the people in positions to help us do that. And so, we've come together. Allegedly. What you want me to do? I don't know what everybody else is doing. I know what I'm doing. Holding my shares. And I'm headed to the fucking moon. My mother called me Moon Man as a child. Or my nickname. Moon Man. Yeah, no shit. It's one of my many nicknames. I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid. It was my first dream. Before I learned to be a Laker fan, before I wanted to be anything else, before I learned I loved music, I discovered I wanted to be an astronaut for some fucking reason. Didn't have the brain for it. Still headed to the fucking moon. Excuse my passion. It is what it is. I'm dedicating my whole life to this shit for the last 6 months. 6 months. But whole life. And it's been hard. But it's gonna pay off. You know why? Because I'm not selling until it does. It's that fucking simple. These shares will die with me before I sell them for what it is you want me to sell them for. And I know you're watching me. Yes. You should. You should watch all of us. But you need to also understand us too. You created this by cheating us for so long. You created this by allowing me to see it. By allowing us to see it. So, with that being said, God bless everybody, man. I am not mad at anybody. This ain't anger. I'm just getting what I have to get. Doing what I have to do. Fighting what I have to fight. Holding what I have to hold. And letting it be what it's going to be. Maybe it turns out to be what it's supposed to be. Maybe I'll never live to see it. But the point is, I'm not relinquishing my shares unless they do what it is they're supposed to. Period. So do what it is you're supposed to if you're watching this and pay us our money. And stop thinking we're actually going to believe in the bullshit that you're running on us. We are not our parents. We are not our grandparents. That shill shit does not work. Wendy's. I like Wendy's. Dope spot. Clove. You own it. Citadel. We know you own it. We know you own it. You have as many shares of that as you do of anything else. We know. Silver. We know that's y'all. I have reasons to believe y'all been pumping other shit too. I'm not going to say what it is. Some of that stuff I like. Some of that stuff I actually owned for a little bit. But I know y'all be using it. It's cool, man. It's cool. Like I said, this is the beginning of something. We're not going away. Apes are not going away. And if something makes somebody rich, we're going to keep coming back to it. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. My name is BDF44, and I'm out.